So for today's video, we're going rogue. If any of you remember me from my kitchen days back when I used to record here, this is a throwback to it, essentially. I decided to come here because I want to have the table in front of me because today's video is a bit different. We're going to be talking about EDISON format and I want to showcase you some of my cards as well. So before we get into it, if you happen to like this video, please let me know down in the comments because I would love to make more EDISON content. It said it in the title, I really fell in love with the format. I would love to do deck profiles, duels, just talking about the format with you guys. So yeah, I would be hyped. So please let me know. Also like the video, it's also going to show me that you enjoyed it. So yeah, I might look a bit weird. I'm trying to squeeze into so the camera can see me. So like I said, we are going rogue today, but hopefully you enjoy it. I just figured I would talk about EDISON format and why I really like it, and meanwhile, I'll showcase my Vayu Turbo deck because I play Vayu Turbo currently. Although we have different decks, so I would love to talk more about the other ones as well. We built a lot of decks like Lightsworn's Fairies, or Lightsworn's Fairies, like the actual combination of both decks. And then there's the Frog Monarchs, which I love so much. Also, I own an OT Treeborn Frog, not to flex. I actually got it for very cheap, which was totally cool. And it's called Baumfrosch in German, which I love it. I have a German copy and I'm in love with the with the Baumfrosch. So yeah, I guess I'll just showcase my Vayu Turbo deck to you guys and talk about the format. And I adore it. I adore it so much. And I know that some people don't really like it, but to me, I think it is probably one of the most enjoyable formats I ever played. Also, let's just talk about this secret rare grapher. And with that, we can go into the first topic of why EDISON format is really cool. Not the most important one, but to me personally, it's really cool because you can get the cards and it doesn't matter because of any kind of ban list or something. You can just have them. So it makes sense to invest into prettier cards, right? Like I said with the secret rare grapher, you don't care about spending a bit more for these kinds of cards. Also, the ultra rare Caius is really cool because it's going to last forever, and it's just so amazing having a format that has no ban list, so you can literally do whatever you want. And also, what I really like as well is I have a couple proxies here, right? Because we have multiple decks with the Raikos, so we can just appreciate this Raiko. But you can just slowly acquire all of the cards, and there is so much hype to me personally to go to locals right now, because every single time I'm literally yesterday I got a Royal Oppression because someone had it, again a proxy. But you can just slowly through time go to locals, find a cool trade or something, or slowly order the cards, because there's no ban list, nothing is gonna change. So whatever you want to do, you have all the time in the world to do it. And I just love how there is so much development in this format, right? It obviously was happening way back when, but people had so much time to play with these cards and to come up with different types of things and different types of decks and versions. And I'm gonna cut myself off to show you this Dark Arm Dragon. I love it. I love it so much. Probably one of my favorite cards. But people had a lot of time to evolve. So right now, going fresh into that kind of format where you don't really know a lot about it, there is so many resources and so much knowledge out there already with everything that the people figured out. Yes, I literally stopped talking to appreciate the Gores, because the format itself didn't last for very long. So people had all this time to find new things, and right now there is so much for you to do. And yeah, there's so many different types of decks. And I guess with that, there's also, with me showcasing the MST, there's also so many different cards that you can play that you otherwise wouldn't be able to. Speaking of the Heavy Storm over here, I just adore having to play with cards that are banned. I think there's so much fun in that because they are extremely busted. And actually, I wanted to show you Charge of the Light Brigade I have in this deck, but I'm gonna flex for a bit. I'll show you the secret rare copy we have. Because another thing is that, with the rarities, like I said, because there's no ban list and you don't really care, you can invest into it, you can kind of pretend like you're playing in that format. And that's what excites me. Like, the actual game itself is really cool, but I like pretending and playing with old copies. It just hypes me up so much, and it's like, it gives you the feel of like playing back then, if you know what I mean. So yeah, it's just, it kind of hypes me up, you know? And like I said, for the time being, you can just play with random copies. Like, this Secret Rare Rota is obviously not from back then, but still, you know, you can just add and add and add. And then I get absurdly excited when I get a card in the mail. For example, this is the super rare Allure, and you can see the beautiful glare. And a couple of the super rare trap cards I'll show you as well. And it's like, it hypes me up so much, because I wouldn't activate like a bottomless right now, unless I'm playing trap tricks or like oppression or something. And it's just this feel of like respecting cards that have been gone for so long, you know, and you get to play them. It's amazing. So yeah, I guess I have to stop talking about the actual rarities, because I do want to get into why the format excites me as a whole as well, not just me like being hyped to like activate a super rare Prigione Dimensionale, which is obviously this. So besides that, and the Ultra Mirror Force, I just enjoy playing in a format which is quite different from this current one, but can still teach you so much to actually help you with your current gameplay. And what I'm talking about is the actual gameplay, the actual resource management, and like respecting cards that people play, expecting different types of cards. It is very hard. I think if anyone says that EDISON format isn't hard, they would be lying or trying to hype themselves up. But yeah, I think it is a very hard format that can teach you a lot for the current game. And I really, really love this about it. What I always struggled with was like finding pace in a game, right? Really knowing when to activate certain types of cards, or like when to go all out, or sometimes like it's kind of obvious when you have to like OTK or something, you're trying very hard and you're also playing around certain things. And in EDISON, it's very similar. And when I started playing, I struggled a lot, and I still do sometimes, because you don't really know when to hold your resources and when to commit, because the games actually last for a little longer. And all of this knowledge that you gain is going to help you with the current format as well. And I really, really like this. Sorry, I had to like, I stopped talking because I was hyped about the Brionac. Like, I don't know, man, Blinky extra decks excite me, honestly. And it's also so cool that most of the extra decks are the same, so you can just switch out the extra decks, or I guess you can switch out the main decks and keep the same extra deck with all of these cards, and then really find like lines in different decks. How do I get into, I guess, Goyo with this deck, this deck, this deck? And it's like, it's amazing, because you get to think about all the levels, all the tuners, all the effects. And I get that you do this in the current format as well, but it's interesting because the extra decks are the same and the decks aren't. So it's like every single one is going to be able to summon like a Stardust, but it's going to be different. And it really excites me, because I think it gives you so much skill to play different types of decks. Also, can we appreciate this, please? Actually, I just thought of something. This is a Stardust. This is an OT Thought Ruler, so you can tell that I'm hyped when it comes to this format. We actually play the hell out of it. It's not just that the cards would be sitting somewhere. And this card is like probably one of my favorite EDISON cards. I love it. I just think it's adorable and it's so useful. What I also love about it is that if you pick it up right now, like the actual format and everything, you have to learn everything from scratch. So when I started playing, I had no idea what cards like Thought Ruler did or something. Pretty much the only one you know is like Stardust. So you learn everything, and it kind of helps you to think differently about the game, because if you've been playing current format for a long time, you're kind of set in your ways and you know what's up, and your thinking sort of changes. This is a proxy. And your thinking sort of changes, but when you pick up a completely new format, you get to like, it feels like you're getting into Yu-Gi-Oh! Itself for the first time again. And I really, really love that vibe. And another thing that's really hard is side decking, because you actually need to know all of the decks. So right now, if you know like every single deck in the meta or something, the meta is changing non-stop. And then with EDISON, you can just take the time and learn all of the different decks, and it's going to make you a better player because you'll know which cards to play around more effectively. Like every single deck is gonna have like or most of them, like certain types of cards that you really need to have like a mental checklist of, okay, this was used, okay, the Heavy Storm is in the grave, I can maybe set this and this card because I won't be afraid that it's going to be used against me, or like, okay, a Torrential is gone, now I know what to do, like how to play. And it's so exciting because the gameplay is so different. And, you know, cards like these or like the Mask of Restrict or something becomes so useful and so busted. And I really love this because right now they're kind of like, they're almost a meme. You know, the Mask of Restrict, the Devastation Virus was actually useful, but other than that, you know, cards are just, they're not used. Like, are you seriously afraid of Mirror Force right now? You're not. But back then, like, if they Lila my Mirror Force, it literally breaks my heart. Also, like, this is legal, which is cool. Yeah, I like it. And also it's so cool because so many decks are viable. So for example, I play this because I know that I'm going to be up against Lightsworn, because obviously we have Lightsworn as well and my husband is playing it. And I guess I can go through some of the like cool Lightsworn stuff as well. But yeah, like you can just, it's really hard to build a side deck correctly. A deck like Vayu or Black Wings overall are going to be hardcore countered by different decks. So you really need to like think what you want to be doing when you go to a tournament. And like overall, like I love the format so much, and there could be more said about it probably. And there's an actual real hamster also. This is also like one of my favorite cards, the Super Nimble Mega Hamster, which I just adore. There could be more said about the format, but I guess for this video, I just wanted to, like, I guess show you a couple of cards and just to talk about the fact that I really adore it and that I think it's making me better as a player. And I really like this. And like winning in EDISON just feels so fulfilling. And dying in EDISON because of JD just feels horrible. And yeah, I want to make more content. If you guys would enjoy it, I would be so hyped to do it, to show you my other decks, to show you some duels, so you can comment if I'm a decent EDISON player or not. And for the end, I'm just going to show you the 2 secret Cyber Dragons, which I really like. And I don't know, hopefully this video was interesting. I just wanted to sort of like, I guess, show you a bit of a sneak peek in my EDISON life and like share the love with you guys. You know, you mean a lot to me, obviously, and I want to thank you, of course, for all of the support. So it's only natural that I get to talk about my passions when it comes to other formats as well. So if you enjoyed it, please let me know. Let me know if you would like me to make more content, and let me know which deck you like if you're playing EDISON, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.